I am Bree Hughes, Brihughes.
And who are you playing?
I'm playing Katie Merkel.
And what's your major?
I'm majoring in business.
Okay. Does everybody just major in business?
Yeah, it's a one major school.
Okay. All right. But do they have like subsections?
We have concentrations. I concentrate in environmental sustainability.
Oh, cool. Interesting. I understand. They put you students through they're working hard here.
Yeah.
But you've chosen to do an extra thing. Want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. I've always sort of done theater, so it felt weird to come to college and not do like a show on the side. So I'm really happy that I found the MC Space Theater program here, because this obviously isn't like an art school, so there's like not a huge amount of opportunities to be in productions here. So I'm really happy I got a chance to be one of the 6 people cast in the show.
So I got involved. So I'm actually not currently a real student yet at Babson College. I'm going to be starting at Babson in January. I live close in there. I live in Medfield, and basically since I'm still like technically enrolled, I still got all the emails and everything. And I got an email from Professor Weinstra saying, if you're interested in doing theater or anything at Babson, you should check out maybe audition for Kingdom City. And I've been super involved in the theater program here in Medfield. I was pretty much in almost all the shows. So my character is Matthew Ross. He's one of the high schoolers cast. And so basically in the plot of Kingdom City, they are putting on the show The Crucible for high schoolers. And he's ended up cast in the show. And a big part of the show is also the exploration of religion and Christianity and how it can affect like rural small towns. And my character in particular, he's pretty much, I'd say, like the most in good faith and most Christian in the show. I'm the only character in the show, I think, who doesn't cuss or swear, which I think is funny. So, and a big like plot point revolving the show is that I won't kiss or like even like hold hands with my girlfriend. So that sort of creates some angry tension there. So I'm more like my character Matt in general is trying to follow his faith in God and sort of stay as holy and pure as possible.
What is a theater historian director doing here? But I will say first that 50% of the courses that Babson students take as undergraduates are in the liberal arts. So this is a place that really understands and promotes creativity. Babson believes that if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur or really successful in any field, you should know how to speak well, know how to improvise, know how to work with a team. So in a lot of ways, theater has a perfect home here. And Babson has been incredibly generous in supporting theater arts, both in the curriculum and in productions like Kingdom City.
Have you done plays here before?
I have. I've directed, I counted the other day, over a dozen productions here at Babson. Plays, musicals, student original work. So we've done a range of things here.
No, what's extra interesting about this is it's a play about a play.
Yes.
We talk about that a little bit?
Sure, yes. This is Sherry Wilner's play, Kingdom City, is about a high school production of The Crucible in the small town of Kingdom City, Missouri. And there's a couple, Miriam and Daniel Bloom, who arrived to Kingdom City. Daniel has a writing fellowship at a local college, and Miriam, who is a theater director in New York City, reluctantly agrees to direct this high school production of The Crucible. The production sets off a firestorm in the small town with a local youth minister attempting to shut the whole thing down. So that's a brief synopsis. But yes, I am really interested in this play for a number of reasons. I have always loved The Crucible. I was in my own high school production of The Crucible many years ago. And I had the opportunity actually to see the world premiere of Kingdom City. It premiered at my graduate institution about 13 years ago. So the play has rattled around in my brain ever since, and I'm so excited to bring it to Babson.
Now, I understand the writer is actually coming here.
Yes, yes. Sherry Wilner is a celebrated playwright. She is also head of the MFA playwriting program at Pace University and the Actors Studio in New York City. And Sherry will be visiting Babson. She's going to be in conversation with a scholar from the Harvard Divinity School on October 11th. They're going to be talking about religion, censorship, and community. So those words really intersect with a lot of what each of them do in their respective fields and work. And Sherry will be visiting rehearsals and being able to engage with the actors. And so we're all really, really excited about this opportunity. We've never, I don't think, we've never had a living playwright being able to visit us here at Babson in this capacity. So we're very, very fortunate.
Excited and maybe a little scared?
Absolutely a little scared. But Sherry has been a wonderful partner throughout our pre-production work and in rehearsals. I was just emailing with her today. She's been asking for updates about how we're doing and how the production is going. So it's been a real joy, and I'm very excited for the chance for her to see the hard work that our actors have been doing.
So I knew right away you must play one of the adults because you have the beard.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you a student here?
No, I'm not.
Are you a teacher?
No, no.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, I actually was the one person who auditioned from outside. I saw this listing on Backstage.com, and it's the first time in a long time that I've done any acting. So I thought it looked like it would be fun. It looked like a legitimate production, and I was excited to try out. I was then really blown away when I got the part.
That's amazing. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I think it might be either one of the first times or the first time that they've done that.
I think it's kind of a brave thing to do to get it. I assume you're like the only non-student in the production?
I am, yeah. The woman who plays Miriam Michelle is a professor here, but otherwise it's all students and me. I'm the outsider, I guess. But yeah, it's been pretty amazing. I was a theater minor in college, but that was 25 years ago. So a long, long time ago. And so I just, I've been wanting to get back into it, but didn't know how. So this has been amazing.
Were you familiar with the play at all when you heard about it?
I was not. No, I wasn't at all. When I was auditioning, obviously I researched it a little bit, but I hadn't heard about it, and just thought the role was awesome.
What's it like working with these young whippersnappers?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing how talented these kids are. Yeah, it just reminds me of myself, I guess, a little bit when I was their age, and I hope they keep up with it.
My character's name is Luke Overby, and he is a youth minister in the play. So he essentially tells this director from New York who is directing a local play, these kids who are in her production are in Luke Overby's like Sunday class or whatever, his Sunday school class, his purity class, and he does not like the way that the director comes across with her students, the way that she kind of challenges them to do things that they may not be comfortable with, and he's very protective about that. So I'm very preachy. I'm very all about upholding my Christian ideals, especially with the kids.
Now, I could see how a character like this in a play like this could just become sort of like a cartoonish villain, but I'm assuming you're trying not to do that.
No, I think my character, before we do every scene, we get the opportunity to do a read-through. And I think when we read through our lines, we get a good sense of who our character is and what they're really about, because, how they might sound if someone describes them to us versus actually reading a script. You get a little bit more insight as to what they're about when they're interacting with other characters. And I think one thing that's constant with Luke is that he's a very well-intentioned person, but he just has some really strong opinions and convictions. So I wouldn't really think of him as a villainous guy. I just think he's someone who's a little misguided, but he definitely has a lot of energy, so he's a very fun person to work with. He tries to be really cool with the kids, so he's always trying to say things like, I'm so hip, you guys, and he's just very goofy, so I have a lot of fun with this character.
He's the cool youth pastor.
Okay,
right?
he's a cool youth pastor, maybe the first one. But
Kingdom City is a really intense story about teenagers trying to put on a show when their town doesn't really want them to be, because they feel like it doesn't fit into this idea of what's appropriate in this very religious town. and I just think it's a really culturally relevant show. It touches on a lot of heavy-hitting topics, and it's a great experience to see it portrayed on stage.
Sounds like Footloose, except with theater.
Yeah.